Using transfer partners is one of the best ways to get maximum value from your Capital One miles. But which one should you use and how should you use them? There's 18 different transfer partners, and so it could get confusing really fast. Well, in this video, I'm going to rank all of Capital One's transfer partners from worst to first, and I'm going to give you an example on how to use that partner in order to maximize your miles. And my name is Michael with Nurse Michael Travels. I'm here to teach you how to travel to your bucket list destination using your credit card points and miles. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and like this video if it's helpful for you. We're going to jump right in now. The first one is Mexico. Now this one's the worst because it has high taxes and fees, it has high award rates, there's not really any sweet spots, and on top of that, American Express transfers to this partner at a 1 to 1.6 miles versus the 1 to 1 that Capital One does. And so that psychological factor that you could be getting a better deal if you used a different bank's point system makes this the worst for me. Theoretically, you could book maybe Delta flights or Virgin Atlantic flights because they're SkyTeam partners. However, it's just really not that easy. So let's move on to the next partner. And that's going to be ALL, or Accor Live Limitless. It's a hotel partner, which we love those. However, Capital One transfers at a 2 to 1 ratio. So for 1,000 ALL points, which is 2,000 Capital One miles, you'll get 20 euros off your hotel stay. And so if the exchange rate is high between euros and dollars, then you could be getting a better deal than a 1 cent per point. However, you can't really maximize your value at these hotels since it is a fixed rate award. So no thanks overall. Now the third worst is Choice Hotels, another hotel partner, and now it transfers at a 1 to 1 ratio, and there can be some okay rates with Choice. There's a hotel in Tokyo as low as 8,000 points, for example. However, City Thank You points transfers over to Choice at a 1 City point gives you 2 Choice points. And so knowing that you're getting 50% less value by using Capital One miles instead of City points makes that psychological factor that you're getting a bad deal very relevant. So I typically don't choose to transfer over to Choice. Next up is EVA Air, and not a lot of people talk about this partner. However, they do offer business class flights for just 75,000 miles over to Asia on EVA Airlines, and they have a solid product. However, the issue is that they have a less than favorable award exchange rate. So 4 Capital One miles will give you 3 EVA Air points. And on top of that, City also transfers to EVA Air 1 to 1, so you kind of know that you're not getting the best deal possible by transferring your Capital One miles to this partner. You should maybe transfer your City points there instead. Next up is TAP Portugal. They've got a decent 29,000 point economy flight that takes you all the way to Lisbon, Portugal, and you can book that even from the West Coast, so that's not too bad. However, it is economy. There are supposedly some niche business class Emirates award spots available, like within intra-Europe and intra-Asia. However, it's a bit difficult to find award space, so it's not really usable for the average user. And so that's why it doesn't rank that highly on this list. And then we have Etihad Guest, not useful in a lot of different places, but they have some true aspirational bookings, such as London Heathrow over to Abu Dhabi in their prized first class product for 140,000 miles. So it's not very accessible to the regular user. However, if that's something on your list, be sure to check that out. Emirates is not too far off Etihad. Emirates is most famous for having the bar in the sky on their A380 planes. However, they do have a nice economy sweet spot from Newark over to Athens, Greece for just 17,500 miles and $54 in taxes and fees. And so that's a great way to get to Greece on a budget, or you could book business class for 87,000 miles on the same route. But this next one may surprise you. I put Wyndham Hotels as the next best transfer partner. And now a lot of people bash on Wyndham, but I like to use them in order to book Vacasa vacation rentals. I don't really use them to stay at La Quintas or other Wyndham hotels. And so if you don't know, they do have a partnership, so it will just cost you 15,000 points per night for a vacation rental of 1 bedroom or a studio in size. Now there is a little bit of trick of finding these properties that are eligible. I share tips on how to find this availability within a newsletter that I'll link down below, so be sure to sign up for that in order to view that particular post and then for future posts as well. But this is how I saved over $600 on multiple trips to different Hawaiian islands. So don't sleep on Wyndham, and this next partner you shouldn't sleep on as well, and it's going to be Qantas Airlines. So I've actually haven't used Qantas yet to redeem points. However, they do have some nice backup options. Here's an example route from Miami over to the Caribbean for just 8,000 one way. And then of course they're a great choice to get to Oceania. For example, you can fly from LAX over to Tahiti for just 26,000 miles one way. And now next up is Singapore Airlines. They're one of my old faithfuls to search for award availability because they don't show up on award search tools. Another great thing about Singapore that people don't remember is that they have spontaneous escapes. So if you're able to book last minute, around the 15th of every month, they offer a promotion of discounted business class, premium economy, or economy seats on a lot of their different flights. And so you typically only have a month or a few weeks to book in advance, but you can find discounted business class flights from Frankfurt to JFK pretty easily. and to other destinations that Singapore Airlines fly. So aside from that route, you can also find flights from LAX to Narita in Tokyo, Japan, and then also other United States cities fly over to Singapore and can connect to the rest of Asia from there. And now I share the spontaneous escapes promotions within my weekly newsletter, and I highlight those routes for you every time they show up, and I also highlight other points and miles news and a weekly tip from me, and so be sure to sign up for that in the pinned comment. You'll get a lot of value from it, I promise. And speaking of value, don't forget to like this video if it's been helpful so far. Also, let me know in the comments, do you enjoy this format, or are there any other airlines within this list that you want me to do a deeper dive on? But let's move on to the next transfer partner, and that's gonna be Cathay Pacific. They're similar to Singapore Airlines in that they don't show up on award search tools, and they're a great hub to connect to the rest of Asia with. And now a particular sweet spot is from Seattle over to Japan on Japan Airlines for just 63,000 miles and around $200 or so in taxes and fees. And now the thing about Cathay Pacific is that they get access to Japan Airlines award availability sooner than other transfer partners like British Airways and American Airlines, for example. So you can get a lot more availability compared to those two partners. Now we're getting to some of my favorites, and so next up is Turkish Miles and Smiles. So this program's personal favorite because you can get domestic United flights for just 10,000 miles one way. Now this is particularly valuable because you can fly all the way to or from Hawaii and the domestic United States as far as Washington, D.C. or New York for just 10,000 miles one way. Theoretically, you can also get some cheap business class flights. However, that's really hard to come by from my experience. If you're interested in learning more about this sweet spot, I do have a video dedicated to it, so you can check that out after this. If you're looking for business class flights, they do have decent pricing, 65,000 points to get to Istanbul, Turkey. However, unfortunately, they did devalue their other sweet spots to the rest of Europe, so we're just stuck with those. And while we're on the topic of sweet spots to Europe, our next partner, Avianca Life Miles, does offer 45,000 points one-way business class from Newark over to London on the off-season typically. Additionally, this partner does have cheap domestic United flights whenever they're shorter range, and so whenever you get to that longer range United flights, Turkish Airlines might be the best deal from there. And then of course, Life Miles do have some solid options in order to get to South America as well. And now this next partner is actually going to be 2 in 1 combined. So I put Finnair and British Airways as spot number 4 because if you don't know, these airlines both use the same currency, Avios. And so what that means is that you can transfer your points over from Capital One over to British Airways and Finnair, but also Iberia, Qatar, and Aer Lingus. And so for that reason, it doesn't really matter which one you transfer to, whether it be Finnair or British Airways. I have a video showing you how to do this transfer because it could be a little tricky, so be sure to check that out whenever you're in that situation. And now there are a handful of sweet spots, but one that's not always talked about is Finnair flying to Helsinki for just 60,000 miles from the United States. Now the nice thing about this is that they guarantee 2 award seats released every day on the award calendar, which gets released 331 days in advance. And now I share a tip on how to find this award space because sometimes it can be a little tricky. I share that in a different newsletter post. I'll have that link down in the description for you as well. So again, be sure to sign up for that newsletter. Now partner number 3 might be debatable. Let me know in the comments, but I put Virgin Atlantic. I recently ranked them lower before in a different video ranking Chase's transfer partners, but since they've changed to dynamic award pricing, they've reduced their taxes and fees over to Europe, and some of their award prices are actually really good. I made a video all about it, so be sure to check it up above, but a different sweet spot to highlight in this video is that you can also book flights on Korean Airlines directly to Seoul, and that could be as low as 31,000 miles from the West Coast and just 40 bucks. Pair this with a transfer bonus, and that's gonna be a pretty sweet deal. Number 2 is gonna be Air Canada. They are ranked so highly because they're part of the Star Alliance, and they have a lot of award availability with partner airlines, which Star Alliance is the biggest alliance, so you can find a lot of flights such as Europe for just 60,000 miles on various different partners, and then Asia for just 75,000 miles on some other partners that we talked about like EVA Airlines and Singapore Airlines for prices lower than what you could book on the partners themselves. So Air Canada is just a really flexible program that you could book a lot of premium cabins pretty reliably on. And then of course Flying Blue is going to be my number 1 spot with one of the cheapest flights to Europe and one of the best values, as low as 15,000 in economy, 50 to 55,000 in Europe. However, something not often highlighted is that they could be a decent option for flights over to Africa or to Asia. For example, you could fly business class from the East Coast for just 55,000 miles and a couple $100, and business class over to Morocco one way. And so for this reason and so many others, Flying Blue, number 1 for me. Let me know what you think of this list. If you're interested in learning about Flying Blue, I've got a video dedicated to finding flights to Europe in this video here, or check out a similar ranking type video with Chase's transfer partners in this video here. Again, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Michael with Nurse Michael Travels. I'll see you in the next one.